Well, when I think of transformation, we're trying to present it as really a couple of dimensions of transformation. And one of those dimensions is the companies, technology, have to transform. The market is transforming. The competitive landscape is transforming. Everybody has to be able to transform as a business. But when I think of it as what's happening with the individuals, we also need to see transformation there. Here's an example. I was recently asked about the CIO. Will the CIO's role change? Will it go away? Because when you talk about things like cloud computing, will the CIO become less important? And I say it's the opposite. The CIO that can transform himself or herself is going to be more important to a business than ever. So the theme for us is transform, and it depends on the technology and on the business and on ourselves to continue to evolve. So when I think about the CIO transforming, through events like the one that we're hosting today and tomorrow, this is really one of our efforts to try and provide as much information as we can to CIOs so that they can go back inside their own firms and talk about some of these new ideas with confidence. Number two is we have a lot of tools, education materials available for CIOs that may want to try and continue to deepen their knowledge. So our first goal is to be a partner to the CIO in helping him or her transform themselves. The value of a CIO becomes greater when they're able to speak with a CEO about some of these important topics. They're not just cost reduction topics, they're how do we compete more effectively topics. So big data, cloud computing are important for the CIO to be confident in speaking about. When EMC is thinking about transforming companies or working with them, we really think of these two topics, cloud and big data, as big pillars for this transformation. But we have to also underpin that with trust or security. There are lots and lots of bad guys in the world who are always attacking companies all the time, looking for ways in to steal information, to damage the company's brand. So anything that involves trust, protection, security is important around information. Big data, making better use of information, and cloud computing as a more flexible business model for using technology. These are the areas that we're working with customers to help them transform. When I think of cloud computing, I think of it as a business model first, as opposed to a technology. Yes, technology will continue to improve and evolve that makes cloud computing even easier or more real, but cloud is really more of a business model. How do I consume technology in a different way than traditionally purchasing it, using it for 3 years, and then trying to upgrade? So it's a business model of having the use of technology be matched with the business needs. There's plenty of cloud models already out there. Anyone that has a Hotmail or Gmail or any other type of personal email is using cloud. There's plenty of CRM examples with cloud. So there's already a very large cloud experience. The challenge is when companies look at doing something even more important. How do they move core systems, the systems that run their business, to a cloud environment? And many companies may not choose to do that, except in a hybrid model, which is where the company has a private cloud where it manages its own infrastructure and matches to a public cloud. So for those times of the year when there's a peak load or some need to go outside for extra capacity, it's easy to do that, as opposed to having to build an infrastructure that's ready just for that one day. If you think of it the way I think of it, you ship packages maybe on the holiday season, so if you're an airline, do you have the biggest possible plane for that 1 or 2 days of peak shipping, and the rest of the year it's underutilized? So cloud allows you to go outside and have that buffer when needed. When I think of big data, there are millions, literally, or in some cases billions of different data points that are available to us these days. Wireless sensors that don't have a battery, many different ways of gathering information from satellite or telephone or different sources all around the world all the time. And everybody that has a smartphone is contributing to that all the time. Now the challenge is how to collect it, aggregate it, make some sense of it by processing it as quickly as you can so that you're near the point of a decision, because 3 weeks after the fact is not so valuable. Then you take a look at all of these sources of information using tools like Greenplum from EMC, and you find from it certain insights. Importantly, data scientists, of which the world has far too few, would be the types of individuals that can both look at it quantitatively as well as qualitatively to say, what is the insight here, and then go back to the senior leaders of that company with a recommendation on some business opportunity. When I think of what we're doing as EMC, I know for a fact that we have really three pillars upon which we're placing the future of this company. One is cloud computing. Everything that we do today, helping store, protect, manage information, is somewhere in that universe of cloud computing. Big data, again, everything that we do, manage, store, protect information, is somewhere in the universe of big data. And trust. We are very deeply focused on protecting information from loss or theft, and so there is already a pillar of trust. So cloud, big data, trust are the three pillars upon which we're placing the future of EMC.